What's up, everybody? And oh my god, my hats go. It's like Cyber Chase of Scooby Doo. But we're here today, guys, to talk about all the news, the notes, the rumors, and get you ready. And we're not going to preview the shows, but we're going to go over the Battleground and everything else that we got going down in the WWE and AEW this upcoming week. We also got a little bit of TNA news. As you guys saw, we had Jordan Grace show up last week on NXT. But it looks like we could see some NXT or WWE superstars head over to TNA and maybe have a little bit of a crossover there. So, this episode is $400 on what? Well, you're going to find out what this guy and what this person spent $400 on in a little bit. But before we get to that, we are going to get to other news, other stuff going on in the WWE and the professional wrestling world. So, let's get to the chat. Let's see what everybody's doing. If you have any questions, anything you do want to talk about, anything I miss here, please let me know. I got like 18 slides, so we got a lot of information. So, what's up, Hassan? Appreciate you. He says, let's roll up for the 400 on what? Yes, 400. What's up, Tribal Chief Devin? What's up, Tribal Chief? We acknowledge our Tribal Chief Devin. What's up, our guy SCW Steve? Listen. Crazy guy, I don't got time for you right now. What's up, Steve? How you doing, bro? Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. We got Daniel in the house. What's up, Daniel? Also, guys, do we sound okay? Do we not sound like Robot Tino? We got Joe. What's up, Joe? What's up, Joe? Well, crazy guy, listen. You know what? You did. You swept the White Sox. But you know what that also does? Is that puts the Cubs behind, and that lets the Brew Crew keep going up in the standings. So all in all, White Sox aren't doing anything, and the Brewers sweeping the Sox actually helps them. So it is what it is. But let me know how we sound, and let's not waste any more time, guys, and let's get into all of the information that we got going down, because as I said, we got a lot of slides and a lot of things to get to. So we're going to kind of go all over the place here, but we're going to go through a lot of things. Like I said, it's just not going to be everything like in exact order how stuff has come out. We're just going to go kind of all over the place. And this might be some news you've already seen, some reports you guys have already seen, but we have not talked about it here on my channel, or on my channel. Well, my channel, yeah, but the channel. And I want to give you my thoughts, my opinions on all of it. So, we got Hassan. He said I can't wait for Battleground next Sunday. Yes, we will, guys. We will be here live for Battleground next Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. But let's go and let's get to the first one. And if you guys saw, we're going to go back to last Tuesday night. We saw a guest host appearance by Sexy Red. And then at the end of the show, or it might even been in the beginning of the show also, she had a little Photoshop with a Heartbreak Kid one, Mr. Shawn Michaels. And Shawn Michaels and Sexy Red were having a little fun, I guess. And then Sexy Red started twerking. So Triple H had this to say about Shawn Michaels. Well, let's just be glad he didn't start twerking. For real. Shawn Michaels, please don't start twerking. Please. We don't need to see that. This is not 1998. You're not the sexy boy no more. You're Shawn Michaels, the man that runs NXT. So please, don't be doing that no more. But, would you do... I don't even want to ask the question. But, what would you guys have done if we saw Sexy Red and Shawn Michaels have a twerk off? Speaking of twerk off, Booker T, Shucky Ducky Quack Quack, wants to see Lola Vice and Sexy Red have a twerk off. I mean, I don't know if that's PG, guys. So, yeah. Chad Gable, though, guys, we've seen Chad Gable doing his thing, having himself a good time in NXT. And he's been having himself, and he's kind of been climbing up that ladder a little bit. But Chad Gable, looks like his contract is set to expire. We also saw Becky Lynch's contract expire this past week. It looks like she's going to have a little bit of time off, and then we will see Becky Lynch back in the WWE. Most likely just giving herself a break. And I talked about this while we were on one of the episodes, guys. I said that Becky Lynch was going to take a break eventually. I thought she needed it. She's been doing it. They've had their baby on the road. It makes sense for her to be able to go and take a little bit of a break off of WWE and everything else like that. So maybe, and I think Chad Gable will get his contract renewed, and I think he'll stay in the WWE. But I also think Becky Lynch will also stay in the WWE, and I think that we'll see Becky Lynch, the man, back sooner rather than later. So I think we don't have to worry too much about Chad Gable. But the one thing I am worried about and I want to know is, when are we finally splitting up Alpha Academy? And when are we finally going to see Chad Gable bring the Creed brothers into his stable? So let's go and let's flip over to AEW for a minute. As you guys know, on Double or Nothing, we saw Will Ospreay win the International Championship. And we also saw Mercedes Moné win the TBS Championship. And if you guys remember, all the way back in 2016, 17, I think it was, sadly, we thought that the career of Paige Saraya would be over. But nah. Saraya is back. We know that we've seen her wrestle a little bit in AEW. And you know who else is in AEW now? Miss Mercedes Moné, Mrs. Sasha Banks. So, I think we see Saraya and Mercedes finally go at it, have themselves a match, and do their thing, and fight themselves. I sound so far away. I don't know. But Saraya, Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, it's going to be a good one, and I cannot wait to see what goes down and what happens with these two. So, let's go. And let me know, guys, in the chat, do you want to see this match? Do you want to see it happen? Do you think it will be a good match? What do you guys think about this? Because I'm really intrigued. And I'm really interested to see what could go down with these two in a ring. If you're a fan of this show, you might be happy. I'm a fan of this show, and I'm happy about it because I watched all of season 1, and I didn't want to watch season 2 because it got canceled. But coming July 29th, Heels is set to debut on Netflix. As you guys saw, we have seen Heels on Showtime. I think it was Showtime, right? It was Showtime. Yeah, Showtime, right? Showtime? Was it Showtime? It was on one of the movie channels. I think it was Showtime. But Heels had season 1, the brother rivalry. Season 2 had a little bit of an AJ sighting we saw. I think CM Punk was actually on there too. So, you know, if you are a fan of Heels, Heels is coming back to the WWE. I'm sorry. Heels is coming back on TV, and it will be on Netflix. Season 3. So, if you liked Heels, you should be excited because it's coming back. Speaking of heels that might be turning into baby faces when they return, we already knew this, but we got to talk about it anyway. Because Roman Reigns, guys, will be back probably by SummerSlam, probably by, at the latest, Survivor Series, I would assume. So I think that we see Roman Reigns, and I think we're going to see Roman Reigns go out there and have himself a good time. It's going to be a show, and he's going to come back as a big old baby face. And it's gonna be a sight to see, because who would have thought we would ever be rooting for Roman Reigns? As just recently of a couple days ago, guys, we saw that the 10-year anniversary, it might even be today or yesterday, actually. I think it was actually yesterday. It might have even been today. I don't even know. But the last few days, we saw the Shield break up, and 10 years later, here we are, wanting Roman Reigns back as a face to go and take on this new bloodline, as they are trying to be fake bloodline members, and they are trying to act like they are like the guys that are going to be taking over the world. So, Roman Reigns coming back as a babyface, and all we're going to hear is Paul Heyman say, call Roman Reigns. Call Roman Reigns. So, I can't wait for the big dog to come back, and I think it's going to be exciting to see what will happen when he does, and where they will go with this bloodline storyline. And I think eventually it does lead to us seeing a Survivor Series War Games, OG Bloodline against the new Bloodline. So, what do you guys think about that? Do you guys think that, what do you guys think that will go down? But speaking of crossovers, we got TNA and we got WWE. And we already have ourselves a little back and forth between two superstars that are possibly going to fight in the future. Mr. The Moose Nation, let's get a Moose from TNA. He says, Drew, I see where your title obsession begins. If there's something you truly want, have your boss call my boss. The outcome will be the same. Doors are open both ways, he said. He said, give me a call. Well, let me know, guys. Do you want to see this match? Drew McIntyre against the Moose from TNA. I almost said NXT. But from TNA, do you want to see the Moose and Drew McIntyre go at it? Because I think it would be a good match. And it'll be a fun match. And I think it will be a good one to see these two go down. Like I said, we are seeing Jordynne Grace against Roxanne Perez this Sunday at Battleground. We will preview the show this week. And then we will be live on Sunday to watch the show. But I'm excited to see where this TNA WWE crossover goes. See how much, who goes over, who goes where. Imagine AJ Styles, for people that have probably been, that was in TNA all the way back in the day. I think it would be so cool to see him go back to TNA. And I also think it would be so cool to just watch them go at it, them fight. And I'm excited. I love this stuff. This is why Swerve Strickland, and we also talked about it where Swerve Strickland said, this is the perfect time for an AEW WWE crossover. I mean, listen, if it's going to happen, I think it's time. And I think the time is now. So, let's get to it. And I try something here real quick, guys. So, bear with me before we get to the next thing. Let's see what I sound like right now. Let's see. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Hello? Let's see what I sound like right now. It's going to sound like an echo for a second. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. I think that sounds a little better. But I don't know. So, we're still trying to figure this out, guys. It ain't going to be perfect until I get my stuff. But let's get to the next info. And let's get into the next stuff that we're going to talk about here on this episode. And yes, we still have to talk about why and what this guy spent $400 on. So, let's talk about Battleground a little bit more. As we have Trick Williams taking on Ethan Page this upcoming Sunday I should say. Most likely at Battleground. We saw the debut of Ethan Page last week on TNA. We saw him debut. Ethan Page, obviously in AEW. He was part of the Hardy Party. He was in AEW. He hasn't really been used too much as of late. We kind of knew he was a free agent. We kind of knew this and that. But we didn't know exactly where he was going to show up. And I think it was a great time and a great opportunity to see him come out and show up where he did. So now we're going to see Trick Williams and Ethan Page go at it on Sunday, most likely. Match probably be made official this upcoming Tuesday on NXT. But we'll have to see what goes down, what happens with these two. But I think it's going to be a great match at Battleground. They're going to tear the house down. It's going to be a good show. And I cannot wait to see what they go out there and do on Sunday at Battleground. Do I think Ethan Page will win? You're just going to have to find out on Wednesday when we do our preview show. So, let's talk about some injury news also. As we saw last Sunday at Double or Nothing, 50-year-old Adam Copeland, Rated R Superstar Edge, decided to jump off of a steel cage and thought it would be a great idea, and he did not do a very good move, and now he is going to be having surgery, and he is going to be out 4 to 6 months. So, Edge, please get better soon, my guy. It's awful that he's out this long, and it's just not very good. 4 to 6 months. Hopefully he heals up, but as your body gets older, it takes a little bit longer. So let's hope it's more of like a 5 months, 6 months, or a 4 to 5 months than maybe like 7, 8 months. Because, yeah. We got Jadis in the house. What's up, Jadis? Appreciate you. Yes, we did, guys. We got to 2,100 subscribers yesterday. So shout out to everybody and shout out to the subscribers. Remember, guys, we will do another subscriber raffle at 5,000 subscribers. And then you guys will have a chance to win another prize. So if you have not yet, 28 of you in here, if you have not hit that subscribe button, please do. It helps the channel. Hit the like button, hit the notification button, all that good stuff. So let's keep going on with this news. I don't know what's going to happen with Edge, Adam Copeland. We do know for the TNT title, we're going to see a ladder match where the winner will get the title. So we'll have to see where that goes. We'll see qualifying matches. But Adam Copeland, please get better, man. We want to see you back in the ring sooner rather than later. But let's talk about more Jordynne Grace, as we saw Jordynne Grace show up on on NXT last Tuesday. So now we have a mystery opponent for her at TNA Against All Odds, which is one of their shows. And no, guys, we are not going to start previewing, and no, we're not going to start live streaming TNA. I will watch TNA. I will talk about it on the live streams, but we will not be adding TNA to the wrestling here on the show. Maybe every once in a while we will do like preview show, depending on what is going on. But no, TNA will not be a consistent thing. It's just going to be more about like what is going on with, so yeah. But just so you guys know. But who do you guys think Jordynne Grace is going to face? Do you guys think we see an NXT superstar, a debuting superstar, somebody that we're not even thinking of right now? I think it should be really interesting to see what happens and what goes down with these two and whoever it may be that she faces at TNA Against All Odds. So if you have any comments about who you think she could be facing, please let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. Who do you guys think Jordynne Grace faces at TNA Against All Odds? We got Bianca Belair, guys. Can we please, I did not reveal yet. No, that is for the end of the show. So I will tell you guys that at the end of the show. We still got some more stuff to get to, and then we'll talk about that. We'll get to the chat, and then we'll go over what we got going down for the rest of the week. If there is anything I missed, guys, please let me know in the comments, in the chat. If there's anything you do want to talk about, we'll talk about it. So let's talk about Bianca Belair. And guys, I don't know who you are, I don't know where you're at, but can you guys please, the people, the fans that do these to the superstars, can I please put a PSA out there? PSA. Can you leave these superstars alone? And can you let them be human beings? And can you not follow them everywhere they go? Bianca had this to say on fans invading her privacy. Again, another superstar has to come out because some of you people can't act like normal human beings, and we ought to act like crazy people and got to act like we've never seen us. Just stop. Bianca says, I love y'all, but please do not follow me out of the airport. Do not follow me into the parking garage. Do not follow me all the way to my car. Do not approach me in the parking garage, and do not approach me at my hotel. Listen, I understand if there's a signing. I understand if whatever, but these people are still human beings. They go through stuff on a daily basis just like we do, and they don't want to be followed so you can get your popcorn signed so you go sell it on eBay for $500. Go get a job, go work, and then pay for an autograph signing where Bianca's there to sign an autograph, take a few pictures, have a couple seconds, and that's it. Leave Bianca, leave Rhea, leave Liv, leave all these poor women wrestlers, and leave all these superstars alone. Because for real, it's annoying. They just stop. That's all I gotta say. Stop. Well, let's get to some other news. As Triple H says, expected to cross over to TNA shows for upcoming shows. We did see something where we possibly could see Xavier Woods, Austin Creed show up. We did see something, like I said, AJ Styles would be pretty cool. Drew McIntyre, Drew Galloway. Maybe LA Knight goes back. That would be pretty cool. As you guys know, he was in TNA before. So there's a lot of things that could go happen here, and they could go down. And honestly, I'm excited to see where it goes and how far they go into this, because it could very well be a very good thing for both companies. And listen, obviously AEW and New Japan do the pro wrestling, the New Japan Pro Wrestling, and AEW Forbidden Door. But you cannot tell me that it's a bad thing that if WWE does it with TNA. Why not? So more people are watching, more fans are watching, and there's more wrestling product to talk about, to where if they weren't doing it like this and they weren't having crossovers, as I've mentioned in the past, we would not have these, and we would not have these types of shows or anything else like that. So I'm excited for it. I cannot wait to see what goes down. It's going to be a good show. It's going to be a good time, and we're going to have ourselves a party. So, crossover, it's happening really soon. Speaking of really soon, could we really be soon? And could we be seeing the return of Miss Bliss coming back very soon, it seems, as Alexa, this was from last Monday, not this past Monday, but the Monday before that, Alexa was, TV don't. She was, Miss Bliss, she was backstage apparently. And she had a comment to say about it. She said, I don't know that woman. Come on, Bliss. We know that's you. You got the look, you got the hands on the shoulders. Come on, we know. And we know that it's you. Miss Bliss, you'll be back sooner rather than later. We'll be part of the Uncle Howdy 6. We'll be part of what we will see. I don't know. But what I do know is that Miss Bliss coming back sooner rather than later. So what do you guys think Miss Bliss does when she returns? Also, can we talk about Mr. Mark Henry, guys? My contract in the AEW is set to expire on the 28th of June. It was mutual, and I have no plans to leave the professional wrestling world. Mark Henry recently showed up in MLW this past weekend, so maybe he's going to be there. But it should be interesting to see what Mark Henry goes out there and does, where Mark Henry goes, what he does in MLW, maybe coming back to TNA, or going to TNA, going back to WWE for something. Mark Henry is in the Hall of Fame. We just saw AJ Styles do a throwback of Mark Henry. Instead, Mark Henry had a pink salmon suit. I can't speak. And we saw AJ with a baby blue suit on this past Friday. They both faked retirements. Mark Henry took out John Cena. AJ took out Cody Rhodes. And Mark Henry, he loved it. So, Mark Henry, who knows? Maybe. And you just never say never with that. So, Mark Henry's done with the AEW in and on June 28th. And it's kind of crazy to think that he very well go back to WWE. Like I said, he did show up in MLW, but who knows if he's staying there. We've seen people go to MLW and then show up anywhere else. And you know what else could also happen in this crossover? You know who else just recently showed up in TNA? Is Mr. Broken One, Matt Hardy. Also, speaking of broken ones, Jeff Hardy's contract is set to expire at the end of this month. I think it's the end of this month, early this month. And he will be and he will not have a contract. So could we see Jeff go to TNA, and then we see a crossover between that? Maybe Matt and Jeff go back to WWE. Personally, I think the Hardy Boys should have been in the Hall of Fame a long time ago. They should go in. If it's not next year, the following year. They need to come back to WWE. They need to end their career where it all began. And we need to put the Hardy Boys where they rightfully belong in the WWE class, a 2000 whatever Hall of Fame. So, Matt and Jeff coming back, Mark Henry coming back, and this crossover is going to be exciting. But again, I also don't mind if this happens in AEW. If we see somebody in AEW show up from WWE, that's cool too. I'm all for it. I don't know who exactly it would be, but I'm not going to hate against it. So let's continue to get to more news, notes, and rumors. As I said earlier with Swerve Strickland, he said, I don't think there's a better time, more likely than now, for a WWE and AEW crossover event. I think that it could happen. I think it's a great time to do it. And I think it's one of those things that should go down and that should happen. And that would be really exciting to see. What do you guys think? Swerve Strickland going out there saying he wants this. I think it'd be so cool. And yes, in a way, we know about it. I say it all the time. And Jay just said, why do I have SmackDown behind me? Because I couldn't find a better background. I was thinking about doing one, but I didn't know what to do. So I just picked SmackDown for today's episode. SmackDown was Friday, so you know. But Swerve Strickland having himself, and I think it'd be fun. I've said it though, a lot of AEW guys are NXT guys, a lot of champions are from NXT, so it would be kind of black and gold NXT against WWE, but Chris says Sky Blue and Bayley. We could see Julia Hart and Liv Morgan. There's a lot of matches that we could see go down. Also, I want to hear from you guys. Last year, we did in WWE 2K23 a WWE against AEW Forbidden Door. Should we do that again? Do you want to do a WWE against TNA? I want to do something fun like that for the channel again, so let me know. But AEW, WWE working together, I think it'd be so cool. And let's take a break real quick, guys, from the notes that we have. And we need to, guys, wish a happy birthday to not one person from Tino's Tom, but two people from Tino's Tom. We got our guy Chris's birthday. Happy birthday to Chris. And it's also, guys, you saw him on Monday. He's been in the channel a few more times. He was here last week. He was visiting your boy Tino in Chumblebee. It was the Golden Sponge. Golden Sponge's birthday today. So, if you have a few seconds in the chat, tell Chris, tell the Golden Sponge happy birthday. And let's wish them, and let's hope they have a good one. And I appreciate you spending your birthdays, a little bit of your birthday, here with me. So, happy birthday, Chris. Happy birthday, Golden Sponge. We're 1 year older and another year wiser. We're only got, at least me and the Golden Sponge only got 2 more years left of our 20s, so you hate to see it. But let's get to some Clash at the Castle news. As we heard, we got Damian Priest taking on Drew McIntyre, where I think Drew McIntyre will win the title. But we also have another match, and Chris just said her name. It's Bayley, as she takes on Piper Niven for the WWE Women's World Championship. It's Piper. It's Bayley. It's in Clash at the Castle. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good one. I do not think Piper's going to win the match, but I think it's going to be a good match. Piper's kind of going to have big showing in her hometown, in her home country. I think it is, right? So, Piper, Bayley, set for Clash at the Castle. We're going to find out more matches. This week we have Battleground. Next week we have Clash at the Castle. And then 2 weeks after that, we have Forbidden Door. But sadly, because we will be on our break, and we'll talk a little bit more about it, I will be doing a preview show for the show. But we will not be live for the pay-per-view premium live event because we will be on our break, and we will not be doing any live streams in that amount of time. I will record the episode, and we will have it out for you guys that Thursday before the show, and then we will be back for live streams. I'll explain in a video and let you guys know all that stuff in a separate video. But just so you guys know, Clash at the Castle will be the last premium live event we will be live for until Money in the Bank, which is I think July 8th or 9th if I'm not mistaken. So, Clash at the Castle, 2 matches are confirmed and a lot more, maybe not so much, maybe 3 or 4 more matches added to the card. Let's also talk about some news that we had, though, and it contains a man that we thought would never leave. But it's Becky Lynch, guys. Becky Lynch is now officially a free agency. She has not signed a contract, but it looks like, yeah, June 30th. So we will not be live here on June 30th. I will have a preview show probably June 27th for you. But that's all we're going to be doing for the Forbidden Door. And then we'll be back for AEW live streams for the pay-per-views the following month, 2 months, whenever the next pay-per-view is after Forbidden Door. Okay, so Money in the Bank is July 6th. So the first pay-per-view that we will be live here for is Money in the Bank on July 6th. And then we'll be back here. So that will actually be our first live stream back after our break. Will be July 6th, Money in the Bank. So we will not be missing Money in the Bank. We will be here live for Money in the Bank. So the only premium live event we're missing is Forbidden Door. So Becky Lynch is now a free agent. Does she show up in AEW? Does she show up in TNA? Does she show up back in WWE? Well, I talked about it a little bit earlier. What I think is going to happen is that we're going to see Becky, I should say, I'm sorry. Becky take a little time off. Go spend some time with Seth. Happy birthday to Seth Rollins. Also, his birthday was this past week. Go spend some time with her daughter. Have a little break. Refresh. And I think Becky Lynch will be back probably by Survivor Series. I say Becky Lynch is like the 5th member of Survivor Series War Games team or something next year. That's what I think will happen. I think she will be gone, though, for that long of a period of time. So, let's get to, we got 2 more things before I finally tell you guys what this guy spent $400 on. So, let's talk about Sasha Banks, Mercedes. She had this to say. She recently made her debut at AEW. She won the title at Double or Nothing, the TBS World Champion. She is now a champion in AEW, and she had this to say about the women and about AEW Double or Nothing compared to WWE. She said a lot of people think WWE is the only place to be. It's not. And we provided a Double or Nothing that AEW is where the best wrestling come to be. Listen, we all know eventually Mercedes, Sasha Banks, will find her way back to WWE. It's only going to be when her contract is up. Obviously, she will be in AEW for a little bit longer. But hey, as I said earlier, as long as these people are on my TV screens, I don't care what they're doing, and I don't care what they say. It's going to be a good time. I cannot wait to see what Mercedes does in AEW, and that return and that pop when the legit boss music hits, and we see her come out with her boss glasses, her boss legit boss, what do they call them? For her hands, her brass knuckles, whatever you want to call them. But Mercedes, she does have a point that, you know, AEW does have some good matches. But, again, I don't know why everybody wants to argue about this. I think we should all just enjoy professional wrestling. And I think there's no reason we should all sit there and argue over it for absolutely no reason. So, what do you think about what Mercedes had to say? And do you think that it is going to be, and do you think we see Mercedes go back to WWE at some point? What do you guys think? We got one more thing to talk about, and this is actually something that I talked about with Eric. Shout out to Eric Douglas. I don't know if Eric is showing up today. I think he did. But he sent this to me, and we saw recently Brooke Jensen got released from his in his NXT contract, and he went off on social media a little bit, and he had this to say: "It hurts when you once bust your butt off in the performance center for recognition and to be respected by your bosses and peers, only to be exiled and see this crap." To all of you missing the point of this tweet, if you looked past when most of you actually see that they are talented wrestlers, but again, it's what the company provided to keep you. Crouch. Oh my God. Okay, well, Brooks Jensen is gone. We don't know what Brooks is doing, but Brooks, you'll be fine. Brooks, I think, honestly, I think he will be back eventually, maybe. And if he doesn't, he'll probably show up in TNA, or he really does go to AEW. I honestly, I would not be surprised if he showed up in AEW. I would not be surprised at all. So, let me get myself back up here. I had to change the camera for a second. Get myself back up here for a quick second. I don't know why they did that. But now let's talk about it, guys. $400. That is a car payment. That is some rent. That is some groceries for a couple months. And this man, this person, I don't know who he was. I don't know his name. But all I do know is some man spent $400 on my faction, Roman Reigns and The Rock Persona cards in WWE 2K24. Now listen, I understand that you don't want to grind it out. I understand it's a pain in the butt to grind it out. But I'm sorry. I am not spending $400 on a video game character that doesn't even have anything different. At least The Rock doesn't have anything different. He's got a tank top and a new tattoo. He don't come out as the final boss. We don't get that amazing entrance. He comes out as the same entrance, and he comes out as the same thing. He's got a new tattoo and a new tank top. So you spend $200 on a tank top and a tattoo, and then all Roman Reigns seems to have is his sweatsuit and his hair in a ponytail. I'm sorry, but couldn't you just do that in Community Creations? Or couldn't What's Your Status make them for you and like just put it on Community Creations? Why are we spending $400 on my faction? Listen, if you got the money, go for it. But other people in this world, and most people in this world, don't have money to just drop off $400 on my faction cards. So I'm not hating on what people spend their money for, but it's crazy that WWE even allowed them to do that. It's crazy it took that much to even get that. And I'm sorry, I will just play with the Roman Reigns and The Rock that are in the game, because I do not need Ponytail Roman and Tank Top Rock to satisfy my needs, or it's not going to make me stop playing the game. So, please, do not spend $400 on my faction, guys, because that's a lot of money, that's a lot of things, and for at least people that got to pay bills, that's money that you could be very useful. Unless you're buttload rich and you could just spend millions of dollars on it, then I don't know. But whoever did that, I hope you're okay, and I hope it's worth it, because to me, it's just not at all. So, what do you guys think about the person spending $400 on 2 My Faction Persona cards and just pretty much saying, here we go? Because, yeah, it don't make sense to me. So, now what we're going to do here, after we went through all the information, we're going to go through the chat. I'm going to tell you guys what we got going down for this upcoming week. And then we're going to, and I'm going to say goodbye until we come back here tomorrow for our regularly scheduled programming. So, let's get it up, let's get it going, and let's have a show. So, let's get to the chat. I'm going to try to get these thumbnails in here. They don't want to work for me, but that's okay. So, let's get to the chat. Where do I gotta find it? Oh, crazy guy making fun of my White Sox. Crazy guy. Here we go. So something cool. I'll be flying from Texas to Milwaukee to see my blue. Hey, that's pretty cool. That stadium looks really nice. Who do I think Cody faces? Okay, so is this a bold prediction to say Cody might not wrestle at Clash at the Castle? But I think he will, and I think he'll probably face AJ Styles after what we saw this past Sunday, or this past Friday on SmackDown. AJ Styles faked his retirement like he was Mark Henry, as we were talking about a little bit earlier, and AJ Styles baited him in. He got him in the ring, did a Styles Clash on the steps, and it was a brutal way to end Friday Night SmackDown. So if Cody Rhodes does have an opponent, it's probably AJ Styles. Chris is officially 36 today. Hola, Eric. Chris, he said I turned 24 in April. There you go. I watched the end of your live stream. Which one? Which one? The Liv Morgan story? For the My Rise? Which video, Eric? Do I think Liv Morgan is a star? Yes, I think Liv Morgan is a star. Yes, I do. I always said this about Liv Morgan. I always said that Liv Morgan was going to win the title. And pretty much exactly what I've said is exactly what is happening. She wasn't at WrestleMania. I said it on the WrestleMania preview show, and I said it on one of the WrestleMania Road to WrestleMania episodes. Rhea and Becky went at it. Becky lost. Rhea takes some time off. Becky loses it to Liv Morgan, like she did. Becky takes some time off, and now we see Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley. When Rhea comes back, it's a hotter rivalry. They want to rip each other's heads off, and I feel like it's going to work even better now that Mommy's going to be having to try to get her championship back instead of having Liv Morgan try to beat Rhea Ripley. I think it's going to be great. I think Rhea Ripley will win the title back, but I think they may give Liv Morgan a win or two, and I think it will be a good match. So, I don't know what pay-per-view exactly it could happen at. Maybe SummerSlam. It just depends on when Rhea has herself healed enough. We'll just have to wait and see. But if it's not at SummerSlam, maybe a Survivor Series, maybe even the Royal Rumble. They've been the final 2 in the Royal Rumble the last, 2 years? 2 out of 3 years, I think it is. At least Liv has. So, well, yeah, Liv has the last 2 years. And then Rhea was when the 1 year she won. So, I think they don't put him in the Royal Rumble this year. I think we see Rhea and Liv fight it, maybe Royal Rumble, to get WrestleMania season started again. He said, you finally... Yes, we did. We did, Jadis. Appreciate you. I just did, Jadis. I saw you were there. Yeah, don't follow these superstars off the plane. Bayley versus Piper for the WWE Women's Championship at Clash at the Castle. Also Bayley's birthday. She probably watch her lose on her birthday. What if June 17th is a Twitch video? So we did not talk about the Uncle Howdy and any of that yet. I mean, honestly, I would not be shocked to see another one. I wouldn't be shocked if we see one tomorrow tomorrow on Raw. And I would not be shocked if we continue to see them and we continue to go at. I don't know when they're going to show up. I really thought King of the Ring. But now maybe it's Money in the Bank or SummerSlam. I don't know. Why you have Jada, you're funny. Julia Hart against Bayley. Guess what? E3 Showcase is on tomorrow. Is it Mario? I have no idea. Piper Niven is bad. Why don't I like... listen, it's not that I don't want to be live. I would be live, but I got to make sure that we have everything set up. We got to make sure I have everything nice. I want to unpack some boxes. I want to make sure I don't live in a box house. And yeah. So, it's going to be okay. Like I said, I'll still have a preview show. I will be retweeting and live tweeting during this show. I will also, I'm thinking about doing like minute short videos after Raw and SmackDown on Monday nights, Tuesday mornings, or Friday nights, Saturday mornings. And just giving you my quick thoughts about everything that happened on SmackDown. We won't be live. But like I said, guys, we still have those videos. I'll still have some shorts. I'll have some extra videos like the preview show. I'm going to try to maybe do one of these episodes just recorded, but we'll see how that goes. Maybe I just might take a topic and talk about it. We'll see how that works. But we will have live streams, video game live streams, and stuff like that. But like I said, we just won't be live. That's okay. You know. Just watch some Tino's Time videos, you know. I got Prime, it's good, but very sweet. Put it in the fridge, it's okay. It's mid. Brooke Jensen was released, it was just a work. Was it really? Interesting. Liv Morgan will reveal why she kissed Dominic tomorrow. Yes, she will. Liv Morgan, guys, is going to officially reveal why she put her tongue down Dominic's mouth last week. I mean, listen, lucky Dominic. Dominic goes out there and does his thing. What can't Dominic do is the question. That's why I say Cody going to come out during the main event on Friday. I could see that. Brooke Jensen wasn't released. It was just a work. Are you sure? Are you sure? I didn't come in here yesterday. I was busy and it was too long. What do you mean it was too long? Everyone finally starts June 6th. Celtics Mavericks. Oh, the finals start June 6th. The Mavericks and the Celtics next week. Next Thursday, I think that is. Yo, what's good? What's up, Adrian? How you doing? I'm doing good today. Thank you for coming and hanging out. Adrian, if you got any questions, got any concerns, anything you want to talk about, please let me know here. We're running down on the comments. I'm going to go over the chat, or go over the schedule. We'll go over the chat one more time, and then we will say goodbye. So, San says happy birthday. Happy birthday. Bayley is not losing on her birthday to Piper Niven. I hope not. So, let's get over and let's go over the schedule real quick, and then let's talk, and we'll go over the chat one more time, and then we're going to say goodbye. So tomorrow, guys, it is back here for our regularly scheduled programming. As it's Monday Night Raw, you already know we'll be here with Tino and Lamar as we have ourselves another Monday night 3-hour live stream. Liv Morgan, Rey Mysterio, AOP, The New Day, Sheamus, Ludwig Kaiser, and so much more. Come and hang out as it's the final Raw before Battleground. Tuesday night, guys, we're back here for a special Tuesday night NXT live stream as we watch the family. We watch Ethan Page, Stevie Taylor, Jordan Grace, Thea Hale, Natalia, Tony D'Angelo, Damian Kemp, and those NXT superstars. It's a new era in NXT. Come and hang out as we watch the go-home show to Battleground. Wednesday, we're going to have a Battleground preview show as we come here. We have ourselves a show, and we're going to do it. Remember, the WWE 2K24 My GM episode and series is going to be coming back on June 19th. We're going to take a couple weeks off for the My GM. So Wednesdays aren't going to have the gaming right now for a couple weeks, but I still got a preview show for you on Wednesday for Battleground. Thursday, it's here for another Southside Boys episode. The White Sox got swept again. They are 11 losing game. They have lost 11 games in a row. Who knows when it ends? The White Sox are cursed, but that's okay. We'll still be here for you on Wednesday to vent. And please, 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 I don't care what you do for the rest of the year. I don't care if you go 17 and 100 and whatever, but please beat those Northsiders Tuesday and Wednesday. Do not let the Cubs beat you. Let's put a stomping on them. I know we suck, but play good for 48 hours and let's beat up the Cubbies. So please, White Sox, do something good for me this week. Please. But we got that Thursday. Friday, we got Friday Night SmackDown. We're going to be here for Friday Night SmackDown. As we see Solo Sikoa officially welcome Tonga Loa to the Bloodline. We got Grayson Waller taking on Johnny Gargano, Indy Hartwell, Angel Garza, about Apollo Crews, and the SmackDown Stars going at it. Saturday, we are going to be here, but I haven't figured out exactly what. I'm thinking about doing another T.T.W. episode, but it will probably be recorded, as I'm going to try to start doing and seeing how these recordings go. So the episode for T.T.W. next week may be recorded, but please leave your comments, your questions. I will still be here in the chat. We could talk about them. And maybe after the episode goes live, maybe I will come here and I will add myself to the stream, and then we could talk about it. We'll just have to figure it out. I don't know exactly what time I have to do a few things, so I may be able to do it live. I'll keep you updated. But Saturday, we're going to have another T.T.W. episode. And then Sunday, we'll be here live at 6:30, as it is the Battleground live stream. We got Lola Vice, Shayna Baszler in a underground match. Trick Williams take on Ethan Page. Jordan Grace takes on Roxanne Perez. It's a 6-woman ladder match for the inaugural Women's North American Championship. Come and hang out as we watch NXT Battleground. So, that is the schedule for the week. We will now, let's go over the schedule. Let's go over the chat one more time, I should say. And then we'll say goodbye for the day. So, because does it make sense for them to come out on Raw June 17th? Have Nikki Cross come back during Clash so they can... That's a good question. Thank you, Adrian. I just coughed. I need some water. I think because I've been talking too much. Oh, thirsty, I guess. So, Jadis, honestly, Jadis, I'm going to say they come in a pay-per-view. I think they come out in a pay-per-view. I was right. I just took a wild guess. He said, yeah, Nintendo tomorrow, E3 showcase on tomorrow. I love it. We're 97 Nick Bosa away from football seasons. Jada's got the count. Jada's, can we just enjoy summer? Anything in that. So this is how I know what's going on Raw tomorrow. So we got Liv Morgan. She's going to see, and we're gonna see them, and we're gonna see what she's got to say. We got AOP taking on the New Day. We got Sheamus in action taking on Ludwig. We also got Damian Priest. It's a lot going down. So there are a few things that have been announced. Obviously, more will be announced tomorrow, but we'll have to see everything that will go down officially once tomorrow comes. The Reds took 2 out of 3 against the Chicago Cubs. You'll love to see it. Hopefully, the Cubs continue to struggle, and maybe the White Sox and Cubs just play the 2 worst games ever, and the White Sox win both. But probably not. You go over the community post of the matches you'll pick that will be interesting for your break. Yes, we will also be, and I will be announcing it in that video I'm going to do it live so we can chat. So if you guys do have any questions, then we can talk about it. So probably not next. I'm trying to think. So I think I'm probably going to do it next week. I'll probably do it next week and explain everything. But probably the 14th. Probably the day actually probably the day after Clash. So June 16th, I'm thinking. But we will have that video and I will explain everything and we will have to see. Lamar is supposed to. We'll see. You guys know how Lamar is. And Leo, I'm kind of mad at Leo again because Leo always cancels the day of and then just doesn't show up. But then he goes on everybody else's live streams. So I don't know. We're going to see. Don't bash me, but when the White Sox lose because they're 9 and... Listen. Because there's 9 innings by the 9th inning. Listen, I don't care what you are. Listen. What day is June 6th? June 6th is a Thursday. My birthday is this Saturday. Woohoo! We're going to celebrate with Michelle on Saturday. Oh, Thursday is finals. Mr. Milkshake Pepper Zero Tino has a piano again. Yes, I do. I have my piano today, guys. June 6th is a Thursday. Battleground, baby. You hear they're going to go over the Falcons tampering and the Eagles tampering? I did not see that. Oh, I did. You know what? I did see that about Saquon. I'm not even trying to think about football right now, Jadis. I'm just trying to enjoy the hot weather in the summer. He said, let's think about football. I guess it is never too late to start thinking about football, right? I guess it's not. So, you go live for huh? Oh. I see what you're saying. Go live for the community post matches because... So, what I'm thinking is that we make that the last live stream of our live streams. And you guys let me know. I'm going to put something in the community poll as I have been lately. And I want to know, what do you guys want to do? It will be on June 20th. We will not be live here for that SmackDown in Chicago because I may have an opportunity to go, but I also have to start making sure I pack everything, and it's going to be really hectic, and I'm going to not be able to pack everything. So our last live stream for SmackDown will actually be not this Friday, but next Friday. So we will be here live for the next 2 Fridays, but we will not be here live on the 21st, and the break will officially start on the 21st. So we will be on our break from the 21st until July 5th when we come back here and we will watch SmackDown. We'll go into Money in the Bank, and then we'll officially be back for Raw, SmackDowns, NXTs, AEWs, whatever we're going to be doing around that time. We're not back doing, I should not say AEW Dynamites or NXTs, because we will not be doing those all the time. We're going to continue to do them as we do them. But we will be officially coming back with live streams, Monday Night Raw, the MyGM, the SmackDowns, the preview shows, and everything else will be July 8th. So our break will be June 21st to July 5th. So just that is kind of the update I can give you guys, but that could not be, and that could be a possibility for our last live stream, Jadis. Maybe more TNA appearances, maybe. Let's have Ariana Grace cross paths with Sam. I would love that. Let's do it. Training camp. That's true. Training camp. Father-daughter tag team. Imagine father-daughter tag team. Let's do it. Too early. Thank you, Miss Show. Thank you. Yeah, because I'm sure you want to add stipulations I picked, right? Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm gonna put it in the community page, and we'll see. And if not, if people want to do something else, I will do that match, and I'll do that. We'll figure it out. So I'm going to put the community post up after this episode, and then we'll see what everybody votes for by tomorrow. Tino, I like your hat. Well, see, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Adrian. Adrian, you're a nice guy. Appreciate you. So, one more time, guys, let's go through this schedule one more time, just so if you don't know, now you know. Tomorrow, Monday Night Raw, coming hang out with your boy Tino, and we'll see what the other two guys are doing. Tuesday, we'll be here live for NXT. Come here, hang out with Tino as we watch NXT live. It's the Go Home Show. Wednesday, we're going to preview Battleground. Come and hang out as we have ourselves a preview show, and we preview the show of shows. Thursday, we got a Southside Boys episode at 5 o'clock. We'll be here for a Southside Boys episode. Friday, we will be live for Friday Night SmackDown. Saturday, a recorded T.T.W. episode or a extra about a topic that is going on right now in the WWE, one or the other. Sunday, we'll be here live for Battleground as it's Sunday night, June 9th, I should say, at the AXS Arena, live in Las Vegas. UFC Apex Arena, I should say. Come and hang out. We go live for the show of shows. Women's ladder match. Trick Williams probably against Ethan Page. Lola Vice, Shayna Baszler, Jordynne Grace, Roxanne Perez. It's going to be a good week, guys. We got 2 more weeks here left in Chicago. I'm trying to do my best here to enjoy it. So, let's go over the last few comments. Gonna get MVP because he complimented you like last time, Ugh. He said LOL. Maybe it's not always about the compliments. It's always about the way you win MVP is you communicate, you chat, you're interactive, you're here for most of the show, and it's not just about compliments. There's a lot of things. So let's give away today's MVP. And it's not going to be Adrian. It is going to be a double MVP. He's not here in the show, but it is his birthday. And it is also our guy Chris's birthday. So let's give it to the birthday guys. It's Chris. It's the Golden Sponge here for the MVPs on their birthday. Let's do it. So let's give it to them. Guys, thank you all so much for coming here and hanging out. I hope you guys are enjoying these episodes. I really want you guys to let me know. Do you guys like these episodes? Do you guys like coming and chatting about all of this information? Do you guys like listening to me talk for an hour? Do you like... I just want to know how you guys feel about these. I hope you guys enjoy them because I like doing them. And I like having time to actually talk about the stuff going on in the world of wrestling and not just watching it. So, thank you all for coming and hanging out. But until we go... And until next time, guys, always remember to go follow all the social medias. Go and become a member. Leave a super chat, all that good stuff. Go and get yourself some merchandise on bonfire.com. But also remember to hit that like button on this episode. Go and subscribe on the road to 3K. And lastly, guys, turn that notification button on so you know when we go live next, which will be tomorrow night for Monday Night Raw. Guys, enjoy your Sunday afternoon, your Sunday night, and I will see you guys all here next time on Tino's Time tomorrow night for Monday Night Raw.